For decades, Vivian Vance was best remembered as the warm, quick-witted Ethel Mertz on the groundbreaking sitcom I Love Lucy, a show that redefined television comedy and became a cornerstone of American entertainment. Alongside Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Vance helped create a dynamic that felt both authentic and timeless, bringing humor into everyday situations with a natural chemistry that audiences instantly connected with. On screen, her character served as the perfect counterpart to Lucy's unpredictable schemes, offering both support and comedic balance. Yet behind the laughter and the carefully timed performances, there was a more complex reality that only gradually came into public understanding over the years. Vivian Vance's journey into television success was not immediate. Before joining I Love Lucy, she had built a career in theater and radio, honing her skills as a performer with a strong sense of timing and character. When she was cast as Ethel, it was not initially clear how significant the role would become. However, as the show gained popularity, her performance quickly stood out. Vance brought depth to a character that could have easily been overshadowed, making Ethel not just a sidekick but an essential part of the show's identity. Her ability to shift between humor and sincerity allowed audiences to see Ethel as a fully realized person rather than just a comedic device. Despite the success, working on such a high-profile show came with its own set of challenges. Television production in the early 1950s was demanding, with long rehearsal hours and the pressure of performing in front of a live audience. For Vance, maintaining the consistency required for a weekly program meant constant dedication and focus. At the same time, she had to navigate the expectations placed on her as part of a cast led by one of the most influential figures in entertainment. Lucille Ball's vision for the show was precise, and while that contributed to its success, it also created an environment where every detail mattered. Vance's ability to thrive under those conditions reflected both her professionalism and her resilience. Over time, stories began to emerge about the dynamics behind the scenes, particularly regarding the relationship between Vance and her co-stars. While public perception often imagined a seamless friendship mirroring what appeared on screen, the reality was more nuanced. Like many long-running productions, I Love Lucy involved a range of personalities, creative differences, and the natural tensions that can arise in a high-pressure environment. Vance occasionally expressed frustration about aspects of her role, including the way her character was portrayed in relation to others. However, these feelings were balanced by her deep respect for the work itself and her recognition of the show's impact on audiences. One of the more widely discussed elements of Vance's experience involved her on-screen partnership with William Frawley, who played Fred Mertz. Their comedic exchanges were some of the show's most memorable moments, built on a believable sense of familiarity and playful disagreement. Off-screen, however, their relationship was reportedly more formal than the characters they portrayed. Despite these differences, both actors remained committed to delivering performances that felt genuine, demonstrating a level of professionalism that contributed significantly to the show's success. As the years passed, Vivian Vance began to reflect more openly on her time with I Love Lucy. Rather than focusing on any single moment, her perspective highlighted the complexity of being part of a cultural phenomenon. She spoke about the pride she felt in contributing to something that brought joy to millions, while also acknowledging the personal challenges that came with such visibility. Her reflections revealed an understanding that success in entertainment often involves balancing public perception with private experience, a reality that many performers quietly navigate throughout their careers. In later years, Vance continued working in television and theater, carrying with her the legacy of a role that had become deeply embedded in popular culture. Her portrayal of Ethel Mertz remains one of the most beloved performances in television history, not only because of its humor but because of the authenticity she brought to the character. What she ultimately revealed about her time on I Love Lucy was not a shocking secret, but a deeper truth about the nature of collaboration, creativity, and the human experience behind iconic productions. It is a reminder that even the most joyful entertainment is shaped by real people, each contributing their own strengths and navigating their own challenges. Through it all, Vivian Vance's work continues to resonate, offering a timeless example of how dedication and talent can leave a lasting impression far beyond the screen.